Hi folks, this is Andy from daytradeexpress.com. I had a couple of emails the other day asking me whether I actually deal with Fibonacci. The answer to that really, I used to. I think this is one of those indicators you either like it or hate it. To me, if you can actually draw a Fibonacci, there's so many lines there, and for people to say, well, there you are, it just hit this level or that level, it seems to me that at some stage or another the price will hit that level. So therefore, what do you do when each level is hit? And really, this is what I used to do. If I can just show you here, let's just grab the Fibonacci tool, which is the retracement, by the way. I won't bother here with the extension simply because this is entirely up to people as to the target they want to hit. But if I can just draw a Fibonacci here, there it is. Well, where I centered it, in fact, it just hit the 50, in fact between the 50 and the 61. Now, okay, what does that do? Now, I actually put the stochastics in there because really you need something to tell you maybe it's an overbought, which is in this situation. But again, where do you take it? I suppose really once you hit a level, then you have to start looking at the formation of the pattern there, as well as an indicator. There isn't really any other way. So I suppose really in this case, this is a harami, I suppose. So you may think that, okay, overbought indicator, harami, let's take it there. I suppose that's the only way to do it. If I can just move on now, let me just delete this one. Oops. Okay, let's try the other one, which as you can see I marked it beforehand, so we've saved a bit of time. There it is. I marked that one there. You can see that one now. It hit about 76. Now, does that mean you give up? Or what do? You can see the indicator down the bottom. It's actually overbought. It's actually given me a bit of a divergence there, if you can see it. There it is there. So do you really hold on to see what will it likely to come back to 61, or does it mean that once it goes beyond 61, which is really the general view here, if it goes beyond 61, then really you forget it in a way. Let's just move on to another couple that I've marked earlier. Now there's another one here. Okay, now if we just grab the Fibonacci on that one again, let me just show you how that works. Now that one, there you are, again it's a 76. So in effect, you're going to end up leaving it alone. Now, with the method that I'm using, of course, I would have been taking that. Ignore the stochastics because I don't really use an indicator, so therefore that doesn't come into it as far as I'm concerned. And if we use the second one, which is basically this one here, so let's just draw another Fibonacci there. Let's try again. There you are. Okay. Now, there you go. This one again went beyond the 76. Now, I suppose really you have to stop thinking of Fibonacci retracement at those levels simply because you went not only beyond the 61 but even beyond the 76. However, if you actually deal, sorry, in my case I should say, I did actually take that one. Simply because, as you can see, I have the stochastics trying to work out really to do this video, and you can see from there there's a terrific divergence and of course terrific trade there. There's another one that I marked here, again the Fibonacci one. Let me put the actual tool on it. There you are. Now that's gone to 61. So naturally you start looking for that. There is a 61 there. You actually start looking for that. It come down a little bit. Okay, again the indicator was overbought. You're looking for the situation now. When do you take it? And I suppose really in effect you would have taken it about here. Okay, you would have stayed in because it went back to 62. Yeah, you would have stayed in. So in effect really that would have been a good trade. Now I think my point here really is that you can see there are so many lines there, and people were asking me in the past, and in fact really that was my question as well to those people using Fibonacci, that there are so many lines, so one of them is bound to be hit. So when I hear of people saying, oh, we just hit the 51, you see retraced, sorry, not the 51, I'm saying the 61, it just retraced, well, it could hit the 23 and retrace, it could hit the 38. Well, what do you do beyond that? So I tend to move away from Fibonacci, I'm afraid. I've gone straight on straightforward price action. But yeah, I mean, I know a few people who actually use Fibonacci quite a lot to excellent results. If you can find a way, that is fine. I think at the end of the day, you really need to work out how many levels you need to use. And I honestly believe that 38, 50, and 62 is probably the only ones you're going to use. If the price goes to one of those levels, then start looking for an entry, whichever method you want to use there. Have an indicator, an overbought, oversold, stochastics, RSI, and what have you, and just see whether or not basically what the price is trying to tell you, the indicator is confirming it. And of course there you have two indicators. You have the stochastics and naturally the Fibonacci that confirm the trade. If you can do it, that's fine, no problem. I haven't, I'm afraid, been able to use it. And the same with pivots. They are mathematical calculations, and I don't know, you can draw them any way you like, I suppose, really. There are ways, there are methods around pivots, there are methods around Fibonacci. There's one thing for certain: if it suits you and you can actually use it to your benefit and make money, that is a good tool. So that is all that it comes down to. Good luck to you. I'm not quite sure that this one helped, but nevertheless, the answer to those two emails is that I don't use Fibonacci anymore. I moved on from there. Okay, talk to you soon.